Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's 300th episode of Ferris Sports Update, we'll preview the homecoming matchup against Waldorf for the Bulldog football team this weekend. We'll also touch base with Bulldog volleyball and soccer as both teams return home from the Upper Peninsula. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog football, joined by assistant head coach Brian Rock. Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you, and congratulations to you on your 300th episode.
Well, we appreciated that. Obviously, this past weekend, a bye week, a little unusual for a coach in the middle of the season, but I know certainly not a vacation day and a vacation weekend for you.
No, having an open date this early in the season is a little bit interesting because you're just kind of trying to get your team and your staff and all those things into a little bit of a routine, and then all of a sudden you have an open date. But we utilized it and went out and did a whole bunch of recruiting around the state of Michigan on Friday and Saturday of this week, and gave the players a couple of days to kind of catch up and those types of things. And now we're ready to jump into, a little bit more of a regular routine.
Obviously, grueling fall camp, and then you played a couple teams that went to the playoffs a year ago in the first 2 weeks of the season. Maybe talk about how those first two games went for your guys.
Well, early in the season, we played two very quality opponents, in both Central Washington and Lenore-Rhine. Two very well-coached teams that have good team speed, very sound technically, and we had to play well to win. I think we'll have a handful more of those as the season goes on, but it was really good to be able to get your guys' attention and, hey guys, we got to pay attention to detail and those types of things to be able to have success. But the team we're getting ready to play, they're 4-0, so we got to be on top of our game. We got to progress 1 week at a time and keep our eye on the prize ahead of us.
Maybe talk about how that off week was handled in terms of being able to get on the practice field and get some preparation in. It'll help you down the road. Yeah,
well, we had a long trip back from North Carolina and got back Sunday early afternoon after that game down there. And we gave the players off Monday, and then we practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and had good, solid practices where we kind of had a general idea of what we were going to see out of Waldorf and started practicing those things, and then solidified those thoughts through film study and that kind of thing, and then gave our players virtually Friday and Saturday off, and we went out, as a staff, went out recruiting. And then on yesterday we came back out and went for a short practice just to kind of get it fresh back in their mind, and Monday's their mandatory day off, and they lift and do some other things, get in the training room, and then we'll be back into a regular week routine.
Obviously, I know you work closely with the quarterback, so what's it like having a nice mix maybe with some guys that obviously have some veteran experience and some young guys that are still learning the ropes?
Yeah, I really like our quarterback room. I think there's a lot of talent there. There's a lot of, we've got a handful of young men who are very driven to be successful. They're intelligent. They like football. They study the game. And they realize that, at Ferris State, as a lot of places, there is a premium put on quarterback play, and as they play, then so they go, so does our team go.
Obviously, as you get ready to face Waldorf this weekend, you mentioned they were 4-0. What have you seen from them on film in terms of getting ready to play NAIU school coming in from Iowa?
Well, they're a 3-down team, so they present some things, up front. They have a couple of enormous young men playing their nose guard position. So we have to make sure that we handle that. But they are a movement-oriented team, so they're going to slant, angle their front, and they play with a lot of skill players. Like I said, the 3-down linemen, and they play 3 to 4 linebackers, and then they play the 4 secondary guys. So they're an aggressive team that they'll try to run and hit and chase you down and move and confuse you and do all those kinds of things that we'll have to decipher for ourselves to be successful.
Obviously, as you look at this matchup, it's a homecoming game, and always a lot of excitement and enthusiasm that goes into a homecoming type of contest with so many people back.
No question. It's I was in Detroit recruiting on Friday, and I was at a rather prominent high school football game, and the number of people that, I'm coming back for homecoming next week, and so forth and so on. And we had a great crowd here for the opener against Central Washington, and I know we always get a great crowd. It'll be a beautiful Saturday afternoon game, and there's nothing like college football in late September.
Obviously, taking on two teams you played the first 2 weeks, now an unbeaten team this week. Got Findlay next week on the road. How much do those type of games really help prepare you for the start of the conference season?
A lot. I mean, I think we all feel that, you know, you never stay the same. You either get better or you get worse. So you're always trying to progress throughout the course of a season. And when you can challenge yourself and measure yourself against a variety of different opponents, and you find ways to overcome tough situations, the next time a tough situation rolls around, you're a little bit more apt to handle it properly. So they're all good, and the more you get better by playing. And for our guys to get out there and be able to play the game and successfully play the game, I think that is always helps us improve.
I know you work on the offensive side of the ball, but maybe talk about the play of the defense here in the first couple weeks. Caleb Murphy, National Defensive Player of the Week last week, and obviously some guys that have really played well on that side of the ball.
Yeah, the defense is playing awesome right now, and they're becoming very multiple and very aggressive and doing a lot of things, you know, with their scheme. And I believe with all my heart that every time we line up, you know, in practice against our own defense, we're lining up against the best defense in the country. And, you know, iron sharpens iron. So, you know, if we get to practice against them every day, I think it just makes us both better, you know, over the course of a season. And our guys are awesome at practicing with intensity and you know, tuned in and really getting after each other, but being smart and being safe at the same time. So I think all those things put together make us better as an overall football team. But the defense has been incredible, and it allows you a little bit more leeway, you know, as an offensive staff when you know you've got, you know, a great defense standing behind you, capable of big plays and shutting people down.
Obviously, for the student athletes, no game last week for the football players, but still some excitement with the opening of the new Center for Athletics Performance. Finally, a much-needed project that really kind of comes to life.
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday night when they actually had kind of the grand opening for all of our players, and it's a special place. They've done an incredible job as far as the design and making it look something that our guys can really be proud of, and something that the whole athletic department and the whole university community can be proud of. I think we're in a competitive world, not just for student athletes in the football program, but for students and at large. And everything, that's free advertisement. So if somebody says something that's really, really nice, you know, boy, I want to be a part of that. And those are all great things. But I know our guys are excited. They've been in there a good bit already, even though I'm not sure it's fully opened yet. But it'll be a beautiful place.
Obviously, for your guys, not only a big benefit in terms of recruiting, but obviously in terms of the training, and that's something that I know the Bulldogs have taken great pride in the past.
Yeah, we're kind of a blue-collar crew, you know, and our guys have worked really, really, really hard. And I've bounced around and been in a number of different places, but the individual determination and dedication to that aspect of the game or that aspect of development here at Ferris State is second to none. Our guys work really, 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 really hard, and now having a place that facilitates, you know, a little bit more growth, I think that'll just be benefit to all of us in the long run.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck. Homecoming Saturday at 3 o'clock against Waldorf.
Can't wait. Come and see us.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.